sorry for the lack of reviews for the last week. My computer, its fan died, and so I was computerless for a while. So I didn't watch any movies. So plus I also had other things. I did see a movie in theaters, but it was not new to me. So, anyways, I finally saw a new to me movie. This was the one I meant to see last year, but there was the snowpocalypse, or not last week, but there was the snowpocalypse that turned out to not be a snowpocalypse, and so I probably could have seen it last week, but I didn't. And this was Anna Foerster's Underworld Blood Wars. I'm a fan of her from her work on Outlander. She directed some of the best episodes of Outlander, so I was very excited. And obviously, I'm an Underworld fan. So, a couple of things. If you are an Underworld fan, you will enjoy this film. If you're not an Underworld fan, I don't know why you would see the fifth film in a franchise anyways. 3. The one thing that bugged me was I think in all of, if not in the first and the fourth in the franchise, there was much better diversity in terms of race in the cast, and this film was decidedly white. So that was a little bit of a bummer. That said, it was also the film in the franchise with the most speaking roles and defined characters that were women. So it was sort of like one step forward, two steps back. It's a bummer. But it was great to see so many different female characters, including small ones in with the Lycans, which normally they're the werewolves. Normally you only see dudes in that group, and all of the few women that you see are the vampires. So that was nice to sort of see that added in there. The plot is just as preposterous as any of the other ones. I know I just recently watched the fourth one, but for some reason I thought the humans were still sort of involved, but there were no humans in this one, so I don't know. It doesn't matter. So I took some notes. I actually took some notes when I was watching this because there was a few things that happened that I was like, I don't want to forget this. So I wrote it down. And one, there's this character, like one of the evil vampire ladies. She is colluding with this other guy, and he's like, I can do it. I'm really good at comparing his fighting skills to Celine, the Kate Beckinsale's character's fighting skills, and like no one can fight as well as Kate Beckinsale. It's like the whole point of the franchise, right? So she's like, you're merely adequate. And he's like, so wounded. It was beautiful. And then not Celine, this is the other vampire. She has him like perform cunnilingus. And I was like, this is why this is an R-rated film and an R-rated franchise and the kind of stuff you expect from Outlander. So wheedling its way into Underworld. Beautiful. 2, somebody gets their spine ripped out of their body, and it is amazing. 3, Theo James is quite good in this. They sort of brought him in. So in the first film, you had sort of the Michael character, and you had, that was Scott Speedman, and you had Michael Sheen, and they were sort of like the male foils and you know, the Bill Nighy. And then in the second one, Scott Speedman came back because Michael Sheen died in the first one, and then in the third one, it was a flashback with Bill Nighy and Michael Sheen. And then you cut to the fourth one, and Scott Speedman, for some reason, didn't want to come back. And so even though, like, this was the only thing that anyone knows him from, except Felicity. And so he, they sort of brought in Michael Ealy and Theo James. Michael Ealy did not come back for this one, but he's a human, so there's no humans in this one. So they kind of set Theo James up in that one to sort of have that sort of male character dynamic back. And it's not a romantic dynamic so much as it's just sort of a screen buddies kind of thing where you sort of go back and forth between the two of them and how they push the plot forward. And I think it works. I don't think this film necessarily needs Kate Beckinsale to be the sole focus, and it never was her as the sole focus. So and Theo James really has good screen chemistry with her. I think they are. It's fun to watch them together, and it's fun to have them not have sexual chemistry, but just have like buddy chemistry, kind of. I enjoyed that. Also, because Anna Foerster came in, she brought what's his name? Tobias Menzies, the villain from Outlander, as the villain in this, and he's just as creepy and gross as you want him to be. So he's probably going to be like typecast as creepy and gross for here on out, basically. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. So there are aspects of the mythology of the franchise that even confused me, and I've seen all these films. So you just kind of have to go with it and try to remember and hope that they show you enough to remember, or just be like, oh, whatever, and then look it up on your phone when the film's over, like I did. So, there's supposed to be like 2 more of these films coming out eventually. I don't know, maybe a TV show, and I'm gonna watch all of it. I don't even care. So, like I said, if you enjoy this franchise, you'll enjoy this film. If you aren't a fan of this franchise, I don't know why you're watching it. But you should watch it actually, because it is the first film this year directed by a woman, or at least the first film released wide. It's not going to do well though, because it's never like that first. I think the first film in the franchise is the only one that really did well financially, and then it's just like they just keep making these movies because they have like a minor cult following, including me. So, anyways, this was Anna Foerster's Underworld Blood Wars. It just came out last week here in America. It was 2016 in the rest of the world, 2017 here in America. I enjoyed it.